I've always said that you're really arrogant to think that you can change the world, but you're also extremely selfish if you don't try. Ten days later, Jack got dropped off. I was in St. Robert, Missouri, and I didn't get rid of him for the next 3 months. He walked all the way to Santa Monica with me. And I have to tell you, he was an absolute godsend because my days were getting harder. And if it wasn't for him by my side, I probably would not have made it. It's because he got up early that made me want to get up earlier. It's when he walked faster that I wanted to pick up my pace. There was this, I want to say, competition that was going on. But it was healthy because we were pushing each other. We were pushing each other to that next level of success, that next level of growth. And I am forever indebted to that man for helping me accomplish what I did. So I made it into Missouri, and during an interview with a local newspaper, this phrase came out. I wasn't thinking about it. It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to plan to say this awesome thing. It just came out, which again, I'm going to give God the glory for, because I'm just a vessel, basically, right? There's a lot that I have, but when gems like this come out, it's not me. And I said, I'm just moving at the speed of life. And what that meant to me was, life is so fast. We are always thinking of the next thing, and we're moving, and we don't get a chance to enjoy the moment because we're always thinking of the next thing. And there needs to be a balance. There have been times where most of us have been stagnant. I know I've been. And just sitting and doing nothing, life passes you by. And if you move too fast, then you miss a lot of what life has to offer. And it's because I was moving at the speed of life, which I call that about 3 miles per hour. That's about as fast as I walked. I was able to see so much.
Live extreme. Live extreme. Like, go and do. Because at least you're living then. Because if you're living in fear, you're not doing. If you're not doing, you're not living. No matter what I do or what I hear, there's one thing that I have to remain. Humble.
I wanted to share that. I wanted to share what my thoughts were. I wanted to share the lessons that I was learning along this walk.
Good morning, beautiful people, and thank you so much for checking in. I hope that you are having an amazing day. I know that I am because I woke up, so everything else is just a bonus.
So I remember Jack asking me, he's like, hey, Dorian, how are you going to get through the desert? And I was like, I have no idea. I'm not there. Well, Jack is now walking with me, and we are walking in the desert. And Jack is a little scared. That's natural. But I was just walking. We're in the desert. And we had not slept for like 4 days because during the day it's like 115 degrees. And a lot of people are like, hey, like it gets really cool in the evening. I call bullshit on that.
Yeah! Thank you for checking in, beautiful people. I know what you're thinking. Dorian is way too happy to be in the desert. Well, I'm not.
There's a difference between a high desert and low desert. And I believe we were actually in high desert. High desert. Don't quote me on it. But one does not get cold in the evening. We were there. Jack caught a cramp at lunch yesterday. It was hilarious. He couldn't move. And I just couldn't stop laughing.
In a really crappy booth.
All he could do was laugh. It's 103 degrees. Now, that's a guesstimate. But I can tell you this. Like, what's the difference between 103 degrees and 115 degrees? You have no idea. Because once you hit hot, you're done. Brain starts melting and you're just saying things. I think I lost my mind a couple times. So Jack is waving to passing cars, but it looks like he's shooting at them. So I started making noises like this. I'm gonna jog a little, because without a cart or a major pack, this feels like heaven. Oh my God. We absolutely were delirious. How are we going to get through the desert? Jack was thinking, oh my God, we're going to have to carry so much water, and that's going to make us even more tired, which is going to make us need more water. He said, hey, why don't we rent a vehicle? I can drive. You can do your walk. I will be your support vehicle. So I put it out to all my Facebook followers. We were going to need some money to rent a van. And man, when you ask, you receive. Within an hour, I had $1,000 to rent a vehicle and get provisions. And Jack was going to, drive the van. I'd be able to get in. We'd be able to sleep, be cool. Eventually, when we got out of the desert, he was going to drive the van back and then take a train to where I was. And then we would continue the walk. And I thought, man, what an awesome sacrifice. Well, during the time that we were raising the funds, during that hour, a gentleman reached out to me. His name is John McFarland. We met him a couple weeks earlier, and he said, Dorian, give me a call ASAP. Called him, and he said, I have an RV. So that both of you guys can walk, I have an RV. I'll be your support vehicle. And that gentleman showed up, and he didn't realize because we were walking it was going to take so long. He was like, he said it to us. He thought it was going to take like 2-3 days. It took us a week to get through the desert. But he was there, and he was just another godsend. Are you crazy? Or have you found your purpose? And when if people call you crazy, they call you weird, they call you insane because of what you are about to do, then I actually believe you might have found your purpose.